Hi there guys, it's Robert, an ambassador for Christ, and as you know, where I go, the kingdom goes. You know, eat the fish, spit out the bones, some things you may agree with, some things you may not. Now I'm going to give you a little disclaimer, okay? Where I'm going to go, I'm going to be going deep, and I'm going to be going to La La Land, and it's going to be something that, just hold on to your seatbelt, you know, hold on to your seats, all right? I'm going to speak to you about how to transcend through the different domes, okay? Hell's in a dome, earth's in a dome, heaven's in a dome. Of course heaven's in a dome. How can I prove that? Easy. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So where was God before he created the heaven? Because he wasn't in heaven. Oh, so that means he's outside of heaven. There you go. But anyway, I'm going deep a bit about that in another conversation. Anyway, this is what happened, all right? My friend Malachi, Minister Malachi Talabi, go to his website, ministermalachitalabi.com, okay? Minister Talabi Ministries, I think it is. I'll put a description and whatever. I'm going to put a link down the bottom. Anyway, he said to me, Robert, don't you find it strange how the devil always attacks speaking in tongues? How it's the most controversial gift out of the 9 gifts, it's the most controversial gift that everyone has a problem with. No one has a problem with healing. No one has a problem with wisdom and, you know, prophecy and that stuff. But when you get to tongues, there's a big hoo-ha. And everybody is either against it or they're for it. And there's like this big controversy with it. So don't you think that's really strange? I said, yeah, it is. He goes, that's because it's the most powerful gift and the most powerful gift is always going to be attacked. I thought that's really powerful. Anyway, so he started to, he started to encourage me in, talking in tongues again. Because I pray in tongues. I got baptized in the Holy Spirit 20 years ago. And I've been praying in tongues for the whole of my, being saved and praying in tongues. Anyway, right, so I've been praying in tongues, yeah, like I said, on and off. But then he started to say, you need to get into it deep. You need to go back into it deep again. So I said, you know what, I'm going to start doing that. So over the past 3 months, I've been talking in tongues deep, all right? Every day, hour, half an hour, praying in the Spirit, shantaya, going in deep. And what's happened out of that? Well, I've done 60 videos. I've done 60 videos about God and God-related things in the past 3 months. So anyway, how to transcend through the different domes. You can only transcend or descend through the 3 domes spiritually. You can't do it physically. You can only do it spiritually. And you can only do it through praying in the Spirit. When you pray in the Spirit, your spirit is free. Your body is going to be stuck on the earth. Your flesh is stuck on the earth. But your spirit, when you pray in the Holy Spirit, you can go up, down, into the future, and so on and so forth. So this is so deep what I'm going to share with you, yeah? That is deep what I just said there anyway. It's so deep. This is my experience, what happened to me about about half an hour ago. I thought, you know what, I'm going to pray in tongues for an hour. So as I was sitting there praying in tongues for an hour, yeah, consistently going to diverse tongues and all the rest of it, eyes closed, worshiping. I was just praying in tongues. Shantayas, yeah? Anyway, this is what happened to me. I went into hell. And what I'm going to share with you is so powerful, it's deep. Anyway, so here's a mountain. I was flying. I was in the sky in hell. This is a mountain. It's another mountain. Yeah? Okay? So I was above them. And obviously down there on the ground or in the middle, there was lava flowing with people in it. Right? 2 mountainsides on the top. And I'm praying in the Holy Spirit. Praying. I can see I'm praying in the Holy Spirit. I swooped down. I saw 2 people with their arms up in the sky, that on fire, flowing in this river. I swooped down, grabbed them by their arms. This is so powerful. I swooped down, grabbed them by their arms, flew up into the earth realm and chucked their spirit back in their bodies. This is going to blow your mind. Do you know where their bodies were? I saw one person on a bed receiving CPR. And in the room beside him in the hospital, I saw 3 or 4, it looked like 3 or 4 people were there praying for their relative that was in the other room, dead. They were in hell. I grabbed them by their arms and threw them back into their body through intercession and praying the Holy Spirit. That's what God was showing me. I've done it twice. And as I was looking around, I saw angels swooping down, grabbing people by their arms and bringing them back up into people's dead bodies. I saw a person whose body got taken, spirit or body got taken out of the river, or flowing lava, got pulled up and got thrown, put back in their body, and they was at a crash site. Their car was overturned and it was all smashed up, and they went and they come back in the bin and they came back to themselves again, even though they were all mashed up because all blood all coming over the place. Do you know what I mean? But they were dead, and in that split second of them being dead, they was in lava flowing and being punished, or they was dead. But obviously, there's through intercession, praying the Holy Spirit, and people interceding across the world, people are being snatched out of hell. They die from a split second, get snatched out of hell, or they might have been dead for 2-3 minutes, and in that 2-3 minutes, they're in hell. And an angel comes down, or someone who intercedes comes and picks them up and puts them back in their body again. That is going to be like really, really crazy what I just said there, but I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the honest truth. It goes even deeper than that. I've been to this mountain range before. So this is the top of the mountain, this is the side of the mountain, okay? I went into the mountain, into a chamber. The chamber was pitch black. And I saw a man in a dentist chair, upwards in a dentist chair. And he had, had belts around him. He was tied to this dentist chair. And was upright, so he was standing upright in it, okay? And there's like a spotlight over him, so you could see him, but you couldn't see nothing else around him. And I noticed there was demons or devils that were around him. They had swords in their arm and they were stabbing him, going around in circles and stabbing him. 5 swords went at him, come out. Then they went round him and they stabbed him again, went round him, stabbed him again, went round him. They're continuously stabbing him out of the darkness. I said, Lord, let me take him and put him back in his body. And God said to me, you can't. I said, why not, Lord? And he said, remember, I'm sitting there praying in tongues, you know, and this is what's happening. I said, why not, Lord? He said to me, because he died in 1946. That's what he said to me. Because he died in 1946. And because he died in 1946, he can't be taken back to his body. His body's decomposed and rotting in the cemetery somewhere. Powerful. So when I stopped praying in the Holy Spirit and I came back to where I was like, you know, I started talking to my wife. I said, no, I told her what I saw. I said, no, I said to my wife, you know what? I actually get it. I get it now. After 20 years, I get it. What it is that when you sit there praying in the Holy Spirit for half an hour, you leave the earth realm and you start to live in a different plane. You start to live in a different realm. Whether it be in the heavenly realm, in the future, somewhere you see the future. I've seen the future so many times. I've seen the future and told people about their future, and a year later it come to pass. Why? Because what I saw was real. So that's my little, there is a lot more in-depthness I can go into. I can go into how I saw, when I was there praying, I saw 2 big huge cages as big as like a block of flats, like about what, 100 feet high cages. I saw 2 of them. Didn't know what was in them. There was an angel beside me, and when I looked, I said to Angel, what is that inside there? And I knew that it was something was dark inside there, something was crazy and angry inside there, but I couldn't see it. It's a big cage. Okay? And Angel said, there's that's where 2 of the watchers are that fell in Genesis 6 is inside there. And I went, oh, and then I was somewhere else. Let me show you something. I know what I just said, it was kind of deep. And I might sound like a crazy person. But what I've learned about being a son of God in the earth, okay, what I've learned is that every single spiritual experience you have, or every single dream you have, or everything you see in a split second in the spirit, never disregard it. Never see it as, oh, you're going crazy. It's all in your mind. No, it's not. Write it down, because for the most part, what you saw was actually true. But because of the human mind says, nah, it's the logical. It says logically, it just disregards it. But really, anything spiritual, anything that happens spiritual, your physical self will always disregard it. I'm going to stop because I don't want this video to go on for too long. But it's Robert, an ambassador for Christ. And no, I'm not crazy. I just love Jesus Christ with all my heart, mind and soul. Anyway, it's Robert, an ambassador for Christ. And as you know where I go, where the kingdom goes. Leave some comments. I'd love to hear your points of view. You know, I could go deeper, but I don't want the video to go on for too long. I shall see you guys a bit later. All right? Stay blessed, people.